nurture our creativity by setting that child free inside us. And you will see that this alone will take you ahead on beautiful life path, a beautiful journey ahead. I did not do anything in life. I just did one thing. I performed. I was 4 years old. When I had to perform, I had to recite a poem of a huge audience. And the audience was my sisters, schoolmates who were older to me, headmaster of the school, and faculty members, and my parents. At that time, I only understood the concept of height. How do I walk up the stairs? Was the worry, was the fear, not reciting the poem. My father mentored me and helped me walk up the stage the previous day. Before I performed, I was to perform. And the next day, when I performed, I looked into his eyes. I communicated with him through his expression. He asked me to walk up, stand, smile, recite, slow down, walk down, keep your head high, walk down with grace, and come down. Such a simple thing for a child to do. Look into the eyes of father and perform. Whom do I give credit to that performance? I did not hear the applause because it wasn't important for me. What was important to me, to see that happiness on father's face. And today also when I sit back, I remember that face full of happiness that his child performed. I would like to give credit to my father who mentored me and my mother who helped me recite that poem number of times. If I share with you this also, the morning used to start at 4 o'clock and we used to sleep at 8:30 sharp. Morning, getting up, reciting mantras, Vedic mantras, followed by a good glass of milk, breathing exercises, yoga, and mathematics. After that, school, reading books, coming back, going to play, completing homework, music sessions, dance sections, alternate days. Then there used to be a meeting, discussion on buying what next product we will buy for home, budgeting, how much we have saved, how much we can contribution. I think all decision-making abilities, that's all is nurturing what about we're talking today. I believe when we grow in our life, the next stage is the school and college, and this role of nurturing takes place in these institutions, and teachers take that role. I would compare that process with germination of a seed. The seed is germinated at our homes and then nurtured further to grow into a sapling by teachers, by mentors, by friends too. When that seed germinates into a sapling and becomes tree, it starts absorbing minerals and water from the soil through its roots. And these are the strong the roots, and it will talk about the strength of the tree. And only then the tree will bear the fruit. In this entire transformation, our parents, our friends, our mentors play a very important role. As a teen and as a young adult, most of my nurturing happened through challenges that were thrown at me. I was pursuing my PhD, and my research guide, Dr. Zareen Turrell, was one of the renowned nuclear scientists, women nuclear scientists. She was infamous for being strict. So my peer group, my friends told me, why are you joining her? You will take many years. And she's very strict. I went back to my parents and told them, this is the impression has been given by my friends who are pursuing PhD. already under her. My mother assured me, and in fact, she told me, you are in the right hands. Believe in yourself. So her belief, my mettle, my tenacity, I continued my research under her guidance. It was on record that half the students left her without completing research. I understood she was of a different mettle. What she expected out of her students was only one thing, and that was to perform. One day, I saw her sitting in my lab, in my room. She had transferred all her research material samples because she continued to do research as a research scientist. And I realized, I saw the smile on her face, and I realized that she has become my roommate. And that was the encouragement I received that I'm on the right path. That wonderful lady, I say she was a taskmaster. I could never imitate her to be that taskmaster when I became research guide, but because of her stern personality and her nature, I could complete my doctorate in time. Also, she recommended my name to Indian Association of Nuclear Chemists and Allied Scientists to be awarded for Young Scientist Award with a gold medal and citation, which I received through the hands of former Chairman, Atomic Energy Commission, Dr. Anil Kakodkar. That was a milestone achieved in my life, and I pay tribute whatever I am today in the field of research and nuclear science because of her. What touched me more on her last day of her life? She scribbled something on a paper. She suffered through cancer, and she wrote HEM. She used to call me Hem because she asked me, what do your mother call you? I said Hem. And again, there was an indication she perceives the child in me, her child in me. She wrote HEM, BKS, TPIC. Her daughter could not decipher or decode those words. The picture was sent to me. They only knew it is for me because her daughter always said that she talks about you, about your progress. And that was reassuring and instilling confidence in me always. I told them she's talking about books. She's talking about the picture. You know which picture was that? Her picture with Dr. Seaborg, on whose name 106th element is in the periodic table is named. She was mentored by Dr. Seaborg, and I wanted that picture. So she mentioned on the chit that please give all my books to her along with the picture. That was my association with my guide. And that also germinated this thought in me, your nurturers would be strict sometime. Please do not accept them that way because you have to accept them that they are always thinking positive about the students. As a principal of KC College, we started NCC last year. Never it happened in any institution that you have armed forces and air forces together. It is that belief of people in us. But for me, it was tribute to my mentor, Major Sharma. I would like to share with you this small incidents. My peer group told me he is very, very strict person and he dislikes you and the under officer. And we could see he would punish us for anything and everything. And he would make us run an extra mile. Will ask us to take that gun and run around. More reef knots, more signaling, more handling of rifles, so much so that under officer and me, we had blue shoulders practicing hours and hours together. One day, we were asked to go for a camp. 40 cadets and myself and under officer went for a camp in number 1 near Pune, Singhgad Fort. And we were asked to take 2 different routes. There were 2 groups, uneven groups. 40 cadets went up the stairs, through the staircase in the fort, and we were asked to climb up. After we climbed up, we reached there. We were asked to fetch water and spend some time there, and to our surprise, there was no water. So we went without water, we came down without water. And 6 hours climbing up and 2 hours of coming down. To our surprise, he again divided the group into two. The 40 cadets will come down the staircase, and the two, under officer and myself, will slide down. The first time in my life climbing up the fort, and the first time I have to slide down the fort. I did one mistake. He was in front, I was second, and on my top of it was my under officer. It means he thought that I'll be protected because she was more trained than me. So she was on the top, I was in the center, and he was in front of me. We have to clamp our legs under the shoulders and with both hands behind the head and wanted to slide down. So happened, I reacted, "It seems very difficult, sir." The next command came, "Under officer, take the center position, let her go on the top." More scary. What if they slide down ahead of me and I'm left behind? But kept my fingers crossed, we landed very safely on the ground. To our surprise, he was not there. Dark in the evening, he made us roam around on the fort, and he saw to it it's 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and it's dim light, and we have to make our way to the camp. We kept talking and whispering. He has left us alone. He actually dislikes us. We reached. Every cadet took 10 minutes. We took 45 minutes to reach the camp, and we saw he had not left us. He was coming behind. So sometimes your nurturer will not lead you by taking the front position. They will follow you. They are the ones who don't want to take the credit and talk about it that they are nurturing you. The last day, annual day, me and my under officer were pinned with an honor, with a certificate of completion. When we stood on the stage, we wanted to thank him. He had the same face. He could not even connect to our eyes. He did not even look into our eyes. Did not smile. He only said 2 words. "Well done." And that was his last day in the institution. He never gave us a chance to even thank him or touch his feet. I searched him, found out from the Maharashtra Battalion headquarters. He was given task of the storeroom during Kargil War, and we could not come to know about whereabouts. But last year, when I came in contact with few senior officers, we came to know he's no more. But Major Sharma will always be there in my heart, always in my actions, and this is what I feel. My parents tell me, he molded you into a strongest individual possible, ready to face any challenge in life. A journey without challenge has no meaning. One without purpose has no soul. Today I'm in this institution called KC College from past 30 years. 3 decades, more than 3 decades. And few memories are still afresh. My first day in this institution was in this auditorium. And today I'm in the same place. I never moved ahead. In 1992, I joined Institute of Science, Mumbai, for my PhD. At the same time, I was working, I was teaching, and I was doing research. In 2 years, I completed a lot of work because as my guide was taskmaster, you can't miss a single day. Even Sundays you need to work. So no holidays for 5 years. This was the undertaking. We had to sign. When I went to him and told him that, "Sir, I have to proceed to Holland University for my postdoctoral research," he said, "Where's the letter?" He was on the 6th floor. He took the letter and tore it away. He tore my future away, I felt. I never had a copy. And he said, "You can't leave. Promise me you will be in the institution." He held my hand. He took it to the laboratory. Radiochemistry department, still there on the 6th floor. There was a storeroom. And he said, "There's a good to begin with." I was 22 years old. And he walked down the stairs. I walked down behind him. I was shattered. My letter is gone. My future has been torn away. And he asked me to get into the lift. I did not have courage to join him. I walked down the staircase, told him, "Sir, out of respect, sir, you go down, I shall see you in the office." When I reached first floor office, he asked me, he extended his hand to me and told me, "Say, promise me that you will not leave." I said half-hearted, yes. I went back to my institution, and I came to know that very day he suffered massive heart attack, and he never came back. That time I realized, I wish I would have taken an elevator with him. I wished I would have said yes to him. And he set my life by giving the radiochemistry laboratory. Today, it has number of students publishing research. We have 200 research papers, number of international projects. International Atomic Energy Agency has given us a project. Our students have received many honors and accolades, and that's where your nurturers make your life. Finally, I would say that there'll be many times in life that you will feel all alone. Don't let it deter you. Think of it, your parents have nurtured you all this life. You cannot let it go waste. Nurturing is one of the beautiful expressions of love, but performing is the reciprocation of that love. I want to tell my all nurturers, my family members, my parents, my teachers, my family, my husband, my son, that today when I stand here, I will not take credit of what I am. I will take a credit only for one thing, and that is, I just performed. I can speak out loud, I just performed.